So before we actually start the video, I'm just going to review the previous games that I have reviewed ever since the start of 2012. And those games are Gambare Goemon, Twinbee, Gradius, Castlevania, Biomiracle Baby Upa, Contra, and Getsu Fumaden. So, now that we have those games covered, it's time to move to probably my favorite Konami game and possibly my favorite Famicom game as well. And that game is YY World 2 SOS Paseri Jou. Paseri Jou translates to Parsley Castle. And this is definitely my all-time favorite Famicom game ever made. It was released in 1991, and the music is just kick-ass. Hopefully you'll hear it during the review. So I don't know why I'm mentioning that now, but it's a really fun game. It features all the Konami characters that are in this game. As you see the Vic Viper, Twinbee, you see Bill, Upa, Simon Belmont, Goemon, Fuma, and there's also this little kid named Rickle. Online, it calls him as a robot, but I'll get to the story in a second. So yes, Dr. Simmons faces on the front as well. He makes an appearance in the Twinbee games, and he helps Twinbee and Winbee in the later games. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. So with that stuff out of the way, let me just shut up and let's start the review. Alright, so this is it. I'm playing the translated version, as you see here. I'm just doing this so you guys can understand the story of what is going on. So here we do see the translated title is YY World 2 SOS from Parsley Castle. And just listen to the music. One day, YY World was quickly conquered by a wizard named Warmon. I'm gonna turn down the volume a second. Sorry about that. Alright. Luckily, Dr. Simmons was out at the time and escaped the attack. He sent out Rickle, a robot he had created for such an event. He's not a robot, he's a kid in a metal suit, you idiots. But Warmon heard of this and took Princess Herb, fleeing to space inside Parsley Castle. If I tap any other button, it's just gonna go straight to the main menu. As you hear, great music. He then revived the enemies defeated by the Konami heroes, yeah, we've already discussed them, and sent them to stop Rickle. Fight, Rickle! You must save YY World. And that's intro number 1. This is intro number 2, where Parsley Castle actually gets captured. If you're playing, like, on your Famicom, obviously the text will be in Japanese. But just listen to the music right now, I'll stop talking. And now, after you press 1 or 2 player, you will get to this menu screen. It says start or password. If you press password, you will be able to get to this part where you save your data. And there's a character select screen, and believe it or not, you've noticed my favorite game. I think this is the cheesiest select screen ever created in video game history. You don't just select your favorite characters. Like, my favorite characters would be Goemon, Simon, and Bill, but since this one is Simon Belmont, Bill Rizzer, I'm picking group number 4. And I'll discuss along the way how to place your characters. I'll do it throughout the first level. I'll show you it. Rickle's adventure begins in World 1. And yes, the music is very kick-ass. Hey! That wasn't fair. And if you want to listen to this music, go on to Gradius's page on YouTube. He has the whole 50-minute soundtrack of this loving game. Oh, that H-bomb. If you hold the attack button, it'll destroy all the enemies on the screen. However, I don't think I really need to do it because I'm more for secret. That'll be coming up. That's it. I just got. And here's something awkward. You switch to the character by pushing up and A. But Bill Rizzer's awesome. He can shoot, and you can shoot up, down, left, or right. Although this is a major downfall from Contra and Super C, where he can shoot 8 directions instead of just, 4. But you better stock up on these crates as much as you can, otherwise you're done for. If you get a first aid kit, you gain 20 seconds, and if you get hit by an enemy, you'll lose 5 seconds. You'll lose your character and turn back to Rickle after your time period with the characters ended. And this thing right here, this is an elevator. And surprise, surprise, you ride to the top. However, if you're using Bill Rizzer, this is really one of those games where I'd really recommend using a turbo controller. I would be using FCUX, but as you see on the top of the screen, I am indeed using Nestor J because I've tried using FCUX while using Bandicam and it started lagging and crap. So yeah. Yeah. Aw, crap, I wanted that. At least I gained much of my time left and I got a star. There are many other stages, but there's another person that posts a walkthrough for every single part of this game. I'll put a link in the description, and this time I'll make sure not to forget. Like, for my Getsu Fumaden, as you already saw, it took me, forever to realize I didn't put in the link for videogamemaps.com. Oh, now let me demonstrate what Simon Belmont's like. Unlike, as you saw in my Super Castlevania 4 video, he can only shoot horizontally. And no, you don't get any secondary weapons. And now, let's check out Upa. Just like in my Biomiracle Baby Upa review, he creates those clouds. So yeah, it's every character that's in this group. You can also play as Getsufuma, but even though his weapon is low range, but it's the most powerful out of all of them out there. Crap. I don't know what's going on here. And now here we are at the shooting stage. I didn't want to put in too much recording space into this. You shoot right by pushing A, and you shoot left by pushing B. But that doesn't really make sense, because he's still going in the forward direction. Oh well. This is my favorite game in the entire Famicom library, and I'll praise it in any way. But very soon I'll be reviewing some games, the games that were actually in the first YY World game. But believe it or not, every enemy in this room that hits you drains 3 hearts. It takes 3 hearts of your energy away. I just hate these robot dog heads, or whatever they are, here. Come on, get out of the way. They keep homing in on you. They come in 2 varieties. Like you saw there. Every enemy drains, it takes 3 hearts. So I recommend state saving after almost every single annoying enemy. Or at least every annoying group of enemies. Like that one, for instance. And these things are all over the level. It is much better if you play on FCUX, because you do have a turbo controller when playing it. So, if you're playing this, I recommend playing on FCUX if you have that emulator. Check it out. It's the best stuff out there. Just not for the kind of computer I'm using, because it always ends up lagging. And now, after a while, there will be this mothership that appears. These monkeys on rocket jock straps or whatever. And now the return of the dog heads. Aw, crap, I almost survived all those. Ugh! I can't afford to get hit. Because the next level is a bugger. Like, the boss is really easy, but the stage is just awful. It's like Ringman stage from Mega Man 4. I might get to that in a later review. If you saw Rome Mithril review it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, the Robot Master is really easy, but the stage is just really brutal. Jeez, still not past this part. So we've made it to the mothership boss, and I recommend jumping and shooting. Because that makes him really easy. Like, just look how easy he is. See, I could just beat him in like maybe 10 seconds. Using a turbo controller makes it much faster, but I was just literally tapping buttons. There is a lot more to the game, but this may take hours, and I don't want this review to take hours. So that's pretty much it that I'm gonna do. And throughout the game you do get like bonus stages and that kind of thing, but I don't want to get into that. Next is the Goemon stage, but I'm gonna stop here. So, yes, we know how great YY World 2 is. The gameplay footage that I just showed explains it all. Yes, I absolutely love this game, and, like, you know how I got into classic gaming? At first, I liked just racing games, just straightforward racing games. And one day I go to this online website and I find Pac-Man in the racing folder, and I started to like that, and that made me start to like NES games because I wanted to know what the NES port was like. And then I started to like Nintendo, which got me into classic NES, which then got me into games that actually led me to like this. So it's amazing that such a strong chain that happened 5 years ago could have led me to actually making these kind of shows, or episodes, or reviews, whatever you want to call me. You want to call him Bob? Call him Bob. So anyway, this is a great game. If you are a family computer owner in real life, I highly recommend it. It will totally change your life once you get it. And it's actually beatable compared to the first one. I'll get to that in August. or at least soon. So, with that, thank you for watching this great review. It's sad for this review to be over because this is my most anticipated review and I'm really sad for it to be over. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Farewell, everybody. So, in the next review, we're going to look at other great Konami games from the past, starring characters such as these right here, such as Pentaro from Antarctic Adventure, Life Force, which is another Gradius installment. Even King Kong makes an appearance. There are more, but I couldn't really find the pictures. So, yeah. These are 3 of the characters that will be appearing. That would not include the person sliding up above, which would be me. So, yes. These are 3 of those characters. Oh, and for those of you who wanted the walkthrough for YY World 2, the name of the user is Spectre227 or 227. Yeah, Spectre227. He does walkthroughs of games. You'll find them very helpful. He does the walkthroughs for YY World 1 and 2. So, go check that out. So, in the meantime, see you in the next review. Bye, everybody.